Hey everyone, welcome back to Gundam Build Guide. I am New Buster Green, your host of the latest in Gundam news. Okay, so last week was Girls' Day. This week apparently was Zaku's Day, an unofficial made-up holiday to honor the MSO6 Zaku 2. And because this is totally not a made-up holiday, a massive amount of new info about the Kakuras Doan movie was dropped on this week on this day. So Kakuras Doan, the man himself, is going to be played by Shinsuke Takeuchi, a kind of newcomer to the anime voice acting scene, although he did also do Ira Masam in Hathaway's Flash. But the biggest and most interesting thing to happen this week was a full description of the beast known as Doans Zaku 2, the Zaku that throws rocks. So once again, in the story that I've told 1,000 times, the original Island episode in 1979, the mecha animator of Gundam was hospitalized with food poisoning, and so to keep up the schedule, the character animator of the show had to draw the Zaku in this episode. But he drew it all super wonky, the face was too long, the armor was too small, the Zaku itself was abnormally tall and skinny, and this is apparently now all canon and explained, because in this new Kakuras Doan movie, Doan Zaku is a very intriguing kit bash Zaku, containing parts from a bunch of other Zakus, maybe some GM parts too. It's got significant interesting battle damage, like some armor on its legs, the arms don't match, and yes, it's still rocking that slightly too long face and that slightly too small shoulder shield. Now this alone had me excited, but then this morning, they straight up dropped a new trailer. And in this new trailer, you can see Doan is just an absolute ace pilot, going nuts in this fully garage bashed Zaku, killing everyone who dares step foot on this island. So far, the trailer has only dropped onto Twitter, but it's fucking astounding, guys. Quick reactions from me. I'm very pleased that they started off with the old school Gundam BGM before going into some new crazy hardcore shit. Amuro looks a little bit fat in the trailer. And yeah, the CGI looks somehow even better than Gundam the Origin OVA from 4 years ago. Although, check this out. At the end of the trailer, there's this one shot of the Gundam. And is it just me, or does the torso of the Gundam look way too long in the shot? Considering the original Doan episode was a bad animation punchline for 40 years, I'm wondering if they're going to reference that any more than Doan's disfigured Zaku. Like, I wonder if we're going to see quality Gundam in this movie, because this shot here, it looks like some very quality Gundam. Anyway, so with the new trailer, we also coincidentally get a new super hardcore poster showing off the long-faced Zaku. You can really see how long his face is. And then we have the announcement of the Doan Zaku versus Origin RX-78 HDUC combo kit, which I was originally excited about, but now I'm finding out that's only being sold out of Premium Bandai, which sucks. That's kind of shocking because these are really the two main kits of the movie, and Premium Bandai is just way too premium, way too expensive. So now I don't care as much as I did like a second ago. Anyway, aside from that, it's also March now, and the Road to Gunpla event has officially started in Japan. And some vloggers have already participated in the official event and filmed it up. And yeah, so now we can actually see what it's like. We can see what happens there. And I gotta say, they have definitely changed up the process since 2018. So now you can see that the scanner used to be like this camera rig, but now they've streamlined it into this magnificent robot camera device that seems to take thousands of stop motion pictures of your Gunpla model to put together a 3D model in a couple of minutes. And then the demo game they're playing seems to be a very interesting mix of Gundam Breaker Mobile, Gundam Breaker 3, and some new stuff. So it's like a custom game build. Very, very interesting. And then lastly, to fully display the scanner in action, they scanned in a unicorn painted RX-78-2. That looks pretty hardcore once it gets into the game. So yeah, as a test, looks like the scanner's working pretty good. You can also see in this footage that they've cleaned up the in-game models, which is definitely an issue in the 2018 version. So yeah, the tech has improved, and I guess we are slowly approaching real live Gunpla battles, which is amazing. And honestly is a very driving force to make you buy more Gunpla models. Yes, I would probably buy more Gunpla models if this technology was mass-produced and readily available. Okay, anyway, let's talk about Gundam Breaker Mobile now. Alright, this week in Mobile, another lame week. We have another Infinite Double Sokai, but it's for 2 units I barely care about. First off, we have the Big O. Not that Big O. It's the Master Grade scale of the O. And I see that they're rolling this out just in time for it to fight the Master Grade Scale Zeta Gundam. So that's cool. I think right now it's the largest unit in the game because of the weird rollout of Master Grade Scale units. Maybe the Master Grade Scale Unicorn's bigger, but I don't think so. I think this is it. Anyway, aside from being the biggest unit of the game, Master Grade O is not that special. I mean, though, since it is so freaking huge, the legs are definitely the best parts to grab if you can pull on them. I did not, though. I did 6 pulls in the Infinite Double Sokai, and I only managed to get the backpack and the large beam rifle. But I settled for that. You know, the beam rifle is one of my favorite beam rifle designs ever. And the backpack looks like a turtle shell now that's blown up, so that's pretty funny. Now, on the other side of the aisle this week is the Gaon, another G-Reco unit, sort of inspired by the new Gundam, but it works completely differently. Instead of the thing on its backpack being fin funnels, it's more like a giant, dangerous beam hand thing. So yeah, because of that, the best parts on this thing are definitely the backpack. Secondly, the head. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of the good parts. I just got the legs and the beam rifle, which are both boring and kind of sucky. And aside from that, there's also a Revival Double Sokai for the Full Armor Double Zeta and the Exia Repair 4. I did the one pull on this because I think both of these suits are cooler than the suits that we have up this week. So yeah, honestly, you should go for these, you guys. Like, they're still good suits and they're quite frankly more interesting than the Big O or the Gaon. Anyway, despite that though, we have a pretty fun charity unit this week. The charity unit this week is the Dinazine, and I keep wanting to say Dinazine. Did anyone see Dinazine? Amazing fucking anime. Anyway, so the Dinazine is the Martian Dragon of the week. It's a very weird Gundam Age enemy that looks exactly like a dragon. So that lends itself to a variety of very interesting kit bashing opportunities. And yeah, considering it looks like a dragon, you would think it would be a melee powerhouse, but it's not. It's actually a beam rapid shooter, but despite that, it's pretty OP, and I had a pretty easy time using it since it kind of just crushed all its enemies. Anyway, that's everything majorly going on in the game this week. There's a new battle circuit I have not had time to play because my schedule is just insane this week. I have not been sleeping well lately. So thanks for coming by, guys. I'm your Buster Green. I'll see you guys next week. Stay frosty. It's snowing today. Good night.